students, welcome to the video lecture 6 of module 3 topic transportation problem. In lecture 5 we solve a numerical on balanced transportation problem. In today's lecture we will solve a numerical on unbalanced transportation problem. So this is the problem definition. A product is produced by 4 factories A, B, C and D. The unit production costs in them are rupees 2, rupees 3, rupees 1 and rupees 5 respectively. Their production capacities are factory A 50 units, B 70 units, C 30 units and D 50 units. These factories supply the product to 4 stores, the demand of which are 25, 35, 105 and 20 units respectively. Unit transportation cost in rupees from each factory to each store is given in the table below. So the table shows the transportation cost from factories to stores. We need to determine the extent of deliveries from each of the factories to each of the store so that the total production and transportation cost is minimum. So this problem is quite different. Here what we need to do, we need to reduce the production cost as well. So what we need to do, we need to modify the whatever the table given by them, we need to add the production cost also in particular rows in each factories, So let us check first whether the given problem is a balanced transportation problem or not. So here summation of capacity or supply is nothing but whatever the units produced in the factories, that is 50 plus 70 plus 30 plus 50, which is coming 200. Similarly, demand in stores, what are the demands in stores, which is nothing but 25 plus 35 plus 105 plus 20, that is equal to 185. Since here capacity is greater than demand, it is an unbalanced transportation problem, or we can say that since capacity or supply is not equal to demand, it is an unbalanced transportation problem. So first we need to convert it into balanced transportation problem. To do that, what we need to do, we need to add dummy column, that is I denote it as dumb, with 200 minus 185 is equal to 15 demand units with 0 transportation plus production cost in each cell to make it balanced transportation problem as shown in below matrix, that will be shown to you. So now we need to construct the new transportation matrix that includes both production and transportation cost as shown below and obtain initial basic feasible solution by WAM method. Okay. So as I already told, we need to include production cost also in the matrix table. So that's what is done here. We have added the production cost. I'll just show you how it is done. So what you need to do, you need to add these 2 throughout this row, that is 2 plus 2, 4 plus 2, 6 plus 2 and 11 plus 2, that is 4, 6, 8 and 13. Similarly in this row 3 is added, that is 10 plus 3, 8 plus 3, 7 plus 3 and 5 plus 3. It will be 13, 11, 10 and 8. Here rupees 1 is added, that is 14, 4, 10, 13. Here rupees 5 is added, that is 9, 11, 13 and 8. Okay. So that is been shown here. Okay, how it has been done. So as I already told, dummy column is added to make demand equal to supply. If we add all the things now, it will become 200. As I already told, it has to be taken 0, that is production plus transportation cost. So now let us identify the row penalties and column penalties, which is the first step towards the WAM method. So the row penalty, as I already told, it is the difference between 2 least cost. Here least costs are 4 and 0. So 4 minus 0 will be 4. Similarly, come to the column. In column, the 2 least costs are 4 and 9. So 9 minus 4 will come 5. Similarly, we calculate it for other rows and columns. So how to calculate row penalties and column penalties, I have already explained in the previous lecture and the lecture number 4. So you please confirm whatever I have written is correct. So 8 minus 0 is 0, 4 minus 0 is 4, and here 8 minus 0 is again 8. Similarly, here 6 minus 4 is 2, 10 minus 8 is 2, here 8 minus 8 is 0, and 0 minus 0 is 0. So here if you see, there are two largest penalty, that is 8 and 8 in row B and row D. So here both the least cost are 0 only. So compare the supply and demand. Here 70 and 15 is there, here 50 and 15 is there. Since this comparison is very less, so we consider this particular row for allocation, So comparing 50 and 15, 15 is minimum, that will be allocated here, and it will be reduced from supply and demand. So this particular column becomes 0, and here 50 minus 15 will be 35. So this particular column will get eliminated. Okay. So next again we go calculating row penalties and column penalties. So we have done with it. We have calculated the row penalties and column penalties. We identify 6 as the largest penalty. So here least cost is 4. So comparing 35 and 30, that is supply and demand, we conclude 30 is minimum, that will be allocated here, Later it has to be reduced from supply and demand. So 30 minus 30 is 0, 35 minus 30 is, remaining is 5. So now this, since it has become 0, supply becomes 0, this particular row gets eliminated. Again we go calculating the row penalties and column penalties. So here in column penalties, again there is a tie, 5 and 5. So since least cost is occurring in this particular column, this will be considered for allocation. So here I compare 25 and 50 supply and demand. Since 25 is minimum, that will be allocated there, and it will be reduced from supply and demand. So 50 minus 25 is 25, 25 minus 25 is 0. So now this get eliminated, that particular column. Again I calculate row penalties and column penalties. Now 5 is maximum, largest penalty, and 6 is coming minimum. 5 and 25 will be compared. 5 is minimum, so this will be allocated there, and it has to be reduced. So 5 minus 5 becomes 0, 25 minus 5 is 20. Now this particular column gets eliminated as demand has become 0. Again I need to calculate the row penalties and column penalties. So now again there is a tie here, 5 and 5. Here also the least cost is 8. Here also the least cost is 8. So comparing the demand and supply, since this combination is the least combination, I consider this particular row for allocation. So 35 and 20 is compared. So 20 is minimum, that will be allocated there. So it will be reduced from there. So 35 minus 20 is 15, 20 minus 20 is 0. So this particular column will get eliminated. So now if you see, only these 3 blocks are empty now. So what are remaining here? Here I need to allocate 20. Here I need to allocate 70. So 20 plus 70 will be 90, and plus 15 will be 105. So here the demand is also 105. So all the supply and demand will become 0 if I do that allocation. So 20 is allocated, 70 and 15 is allocated. Similarly, when I add all this, I'll get 105. 70 plus 20 plus 15 is 105. So this will become 0. That is, these all become 0, and this 15 also is 0. So now if I calculate total transportation cost, that is nothing but 4 into 25, 6 into 5, 8 into 20, 10 into 70, 4 into 30, 13 into 15, 8 into 20 plus 0 into 15. So I am getting rupees 1465. Here number of allocation is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Since number of allocations is equal to 8 is equal to m plus n minus 1, that is also equal to 8, the obtained initial basic feasible solution is non-degenerate solution. So here you can assume u1 are 0 or u3 also you can assume as 0. Now assume u1 as 0, so that the number of allocations is more in this particular row. In this row also it is 3 only, so you can assume u4 as also 0 only. So now I calculate ui plus vj for all occupied cells, that is u1 plus v1 is equal to 4, u1 plus v2 is equal to 6, u1 plus v3 is equal to 8. Similarly I done it for all the allocated or occupied cells. Now as I already told, I have taken u1 is equal to 0. So when I substitute 0 in this particular equations, I will get v1 is equal to 4, v2 is equal to 6, v3 is equal to 8. And now since I know v3 value, I substitute in this equation and get the value of u2. So u2 plus 8 is equal to 10, it gives u2 is equal to 2. Similarly u3 plus v2, I will get the value of u3 is equal to minus 2. u4 plus v3, I will get the value of u4. Similarly u4 plus v4, I will get the value of v4. u4 plus v5, I will get the value of v5. So now I got all the values of u1 and u1, u2, u3, u4 and v1, v2, v3, v4, v5. Now I need to calculate the opportunity cost for unoccupied cells, that is dij d14 is equal to c14 minus u1 plus v4, that is nothing but 13. Here u1 is what? 0 and v4 is equal to 3. So which is coming is equal to 10. Next is d15, that is nothing but this particular cell is equal to c14. Here c14 is nothing but 0 minus u1 plus v5, that is 0 minus 5. So minus into minus will become plus 5. Next unoccupied cell is this, that is d21, d22, d23 and d24 and d25. So using that relation I have calculated all the values. I request you also to calculate and confirm you also getting the same answer. So after calculating all the opportunity cost, we conclude that all the values are positive. Since all opportunity costs are greater than or equal to 0 for all unoccupied cells, current solution is optimal. Therefore the optimal cost of transportation will be equal to 1465 rupees. Okay, so I request you to solve this problem again by you, and if you find any difficulties you can contact me. Thank you, dear students.